Hello investors, a very big welcome to Teji Mandi. I'm your host Moshmi Paul. In this podcast, we keep bringing you topics that help you understand financial matters better. And today I'm going to talk about the bad loans transferred to the National Asset Reconstruction Company. The government had announced to set up a NARCL or National Asset Reconstruction Company in the budget of FY22. Now this NARCL in common terms is referred to as bad bank. The primary task of this bad bank is to help commercial banks in recovering the bad loans that have piled up over the years. Now, before we get into the details, it is very important to understand the meaning of bad loans. Let me explain you. When you take a loan from a bank, you need to repay it with interest. The difference between the loan taken and the amount repaid with interest is a bank's profit. So when a borrower stops paying the loan, the banks call them bad loans, which have become unprofitable for them. Now imagine large corporate houses not paying their loans. It's like cancer for them. It affects banks' profitability and chances are that they might also have to shut their business if bad loans keep piling up. So banks will need to find ways to recover their money, right? And how would they do it? Well, there are several ways to do it, and setting up a bad bank is one idea among them. So now that the idea of bad loans is clear, let's move to the functions of NARCL or a bad bank. The first thing this bad bank is going to do is to take out bad loans from banks and clean their balance sheets, and later try to recover money from these banks by achieving resolution of these assets. For this entire process, the Indian Parliament has enacted the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, which we also call as IBC. Now, finding the resolution of a stressed asset is a tedious task. It could include options like taking over the operations of these companies or reject their management, infuse fresh money, and last but not the least is to sell their assets to recover the loan amount. It is not necessary that a bank has the competence to do all of this on its own, nor do they have the time. So what a bad bank does is that it takes away all these headaches so that banks can focus on their normal banking activities, which is to lend. Let me also tell you that while the idea of a bad bank sounds convenient, it is not so easy to find resolution of these stressed assets, especially in India where laws are still at an infant stage. It is a lengthy process to begin with, and almost in no case a bank can hope to recover 100% of the amount. But at least we can expect that the speed of the entire process will improve once the bad bank starts functioning. Well, thank you for listening to me here. I will soon come up with another exciting episode to educate you. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast so you never miss